He is known for being a Greek philosopher of the Megarian school. He is recognized for his interest in logic and dialectic. He argued that the universal is fundamentally separated from the individual and concrete. His name is Stilpo. In ancient Greece, amidst a flourishing era of philosophy, there lived a wise and enigmatic thinker named Stilpo. Though his own writings did not survive the test of time, his profound ideas and teachings resonated through the words of others who were captivated by his keen interest in logic and dialectic. Stilpo was a contemporary of renowned philosophers such as Theophrastus, Diodorus Cronus, and Crates of Thebes, and his influence on his peers and future generations was significant. While Stilpo shared certain ethical teachings with the Cynics and Stoics, his unique perspective on the nature of the universal set him apart. He ardently believed that the universal, the essence that binds all things, is fundamentally distinct from the individual and concrete. This notion challenged the prevailing philosophical schools of thought and sparked intriguing debates among scholars. Stilpo's teachings attracted a loyal following, including the likes of Pyrrho, who would go on to establish Pyrrhonism, and Zeno of Citium, who would later found Stoicism. Stilpo's legacy as a philosopher and his contributions to the realm of thought continue to inspire and captivate those seeking a deeper understanding of the nature of existence. His insights into the separation between the universal and the individual shed light on the complexities of human existence and invite contemplation on the interconnectedness of all things. Stilpo's profound influence on his contemporaries and his lasting impact on the development of philosophical schools make him a revered figure in the annals of ancient Greek philosophy. Stilpo, a renowned philosopher of ancient Greece, had a unique perspective on the nature of reality and language. He believed that the universal, or the genus, is not contained within the individual and concrete. As he famously stated, "Whoever speaks of any person, speaks of no one, for he neither speaks of this one nor that. For why should it rather be of this one than that? Hence it is not of this one." To illustrate his point, Stilpo used the example of a vegetable. He argued that the vegetable we see before us is not truly a vegetable because vegetables have existed for thousands of years. Therefore, the vegetable we see today cannot be the same as the vegetable from the past. This led Stilpo to conclude that the essence of things cannot be reached through predicates or by predication. Stilpo's ideas challenged the conventional understanding of language and classification. The so-called Megarians, a philosophical school, also embraced this notion. They believed that different determinations make things different and separate from each other. This led them to argue that even an individual can be separated from itself. For example, they claimed that the musical Socrates and the wise Socrates are two different determinations, thus separating Socrates from himself. Critics, such as Calotes, attacked Stilpo, claiming that his ideas were too detached from everyday life. They argued that if we cannot label a man as good or a captain, how can we navigate the complexities of society? In response, Plutarch defended Stilpo, stating that his logical questions were meant to exercise the mind rather than dictate how we live our lives. He asked, "But what man lived any the worse for this? Is there any man who hears this said, and who does not understand it to be the speech of a man who rallies gallantly?" Stilpo's philosophy challenges us to question our understanding of language, classification, and the nature of reality. It teaches us to critically examine the assumptions we make and to consider alternative perspectives. In our daily lives, Stilpo's philosophy encourages us to think beyond conventional labels and to seek a deeper understanding of the world around us. Stilpo, a renowned philosopher of ancient times, was deeply intrigued by the concept of virtue and its self-sufficiency. He firmly believed that a wise person should not only conquer every evil but should remain unaffected by it, not even allowing it to touch their inner being. This philosophy showcased Stilpo's close association with the contemporary Cynics, who emphasized the importance of living a simple and virtuous life. Stilpo's teachings on virtue and its resilience captivated the minds of many, including Friedrich Klinger, a playwright of the Sturm und Drang movement. Inspired by Stilpo's ideas, Klinger wrote a play titled Stilpo und seine Kinder in 1777, which was published in 1780. This play delved into the themes of virtue, morality, and the pursuit of a meaningful life, drawing inspiration from Stilpo's philosophical insights. In one of his written fragments, preserved by Thales of Megara, a 3rd century BC Cynic philosopher, Stilpo discussed the concept of exile. He divided the notion of the good into 3 parts: goods of the soul, goods of the body, and external goods. Stilpo argued that even in the face of exile, a person does not lose any of these 3 goods. Exile may physically separate individuals from their external possessions, but it cannot strip them of their inner virtues and well-being. Stilpo's philosophy on the self-sufficiency of virtue and the resilience of the human spirit holds relevance even in our modern lives. It reminds us that no matter the adversities we face, whether physical or emotional, we have the power to rise above them by cultivating inner strength and virtuous character. Stilpo's teachings guide us to focus on the intrinsic qualities that define our humanity and find solace in the knowledge that external circumstances do not define our worth or happiness. Stilpo, a native of Megara, was a philosopher known for his wisdom and unique philosophy. He lived in a time after Euclid of Megara, and while some claimed he was a pupil of Euclid, others believed he studied under Thrasymachus of Corinth or Pasicles, the brother of Crates of Thebes. It is said that Stilpo engaged in dialectic encounters with Diodorus Cronus at the court of Ptolemy Soter, although there are conflicting accounts about whether he accepted an invitation to go to Alexandria. Despite the uncertainties surrounding his life, Stilpo gained recognition and respect. Demetrius, the son of Antigonus, held him in high esteem and spared his house during the capture of Megara. Demetrius even offered Stilpo indemnity for the damage caused, but the philosopher declined. Stilpo was known for his elevated sentiment, gentleness, and patience. As Plutarch described, he was not only an ornament to his country and friends but also had his acquaintance sought by kings. Stilpo's philosophy was characterized by his ability to overcome personal challenges. He conquered his original propensity to wine and voluptuousness, surpassing his contemporaries in inventive power and dialectic art. His teachings inspired a devotion to Megarian philosophy that resonated throughout Greece. Stilpo was even able to draw distinguished men away from other philosophical schools, such as Theophrastus and Aristotle of Cyrene. Among his followers were Crates the Cynic and Zeno, the founder of the Stoic school. Menedemus and Asclepiades, leaders of the Eretrian school of philosophy, were also influenced by Stilpo's teachings. Stilpo's impact extended beyond philosophy. One of his pupils, Nicorete, was not only a student but also rumored to be his mistress. Additionally, Stilpo was admired for his political wisdom and his straightforward disposition. Even in the face of challenges, such as his rebellious daughter, he maintained equanimity and tolerance. Cicero noted that Stilpo's friends had described him as vehemently addicted to wine and women, but his philosophy eliminated these inclinations. Stilpo's life and philosophy teach us valuable lessons that can be applied in our daily lives. His ability to overcome personal challenges reminds us of the power of self-discipline and the potential for growth. Stilpo's wisdom and straightforwardness serve as a reminder to remain true to our convictions and principles, even in the face of adversity. And finally, his teachings on tolerance and equanimity highlight the importance of maintaining composure and understanding when dealing with difficult situations. In conclusion, Stilpo, the philosopher from Megara, left a lasting impact on philosophy and the lives of those around him. His ability to overcome personal obstacles, his influential teachings, and his admirable qualities continue to inspire and guide us in our daily lives.
Do you want to explore more philosophers? Who do you want to see featured next? Subscribe and leave a comment below to let me know. I'll see you in the next video.